Welcome. This is the Hot Coffee Investor with a video update on the GR Corolla today. So we traded the Core with 3,700 miles for the Circuit. It was a 2024, brand new. A good deal on the car. I wanted to do a video of why I made that decision. Sorry for the crazy hair today. So all of my complaints still stand as far as, room between the door and entrance for child seats and the trunk issues and everything. I'm not a fan of the roof. I don't know if you can see that in the video. The car is getting ceramic coated and the roof's getting PPF'd. I'm trying to get a good angle. I don't know if you can see, it's actually like dimpled. It's not even flat. It's one of the reasons I canceled my my deposit on the, not deposit, my order on the car, and then they called to let me know it showed up. And then I went out and checked it out just to see. So anyway, let's talk cars. The reason I made the trade was the price was right, and they offer on this car, and they offered to give me a lot of money for my car, a very substantial amount considering what I paid for it. Because I got a good deal on the last car too. I didn't lose very much money on the car. I lost about $500 to $700 total. I think they gave me $36,500 for the car. Yeah, they gave me $36,500 trade-in for my car. Bought this car below MSRP after more negotiation. Because I canceled my order, and thus, with me, if I cancel my order, the contract's null and void, so I'm going to negotiate some more. The reason it was worth the money to me was the limited slip differentials, because my core didn't have it. I know some people, one person liked that I was doing a review on one without limited slips. And the only time I noticed it was in the rain. I didn't really notice it in the corners too much. The open diffs actually do a really good job. But in Florida in the rain, there's a lot of puddles. And when you hit a puddle with a limited slip, it would want to pull to the right and torque steer to the right when you're just cruising at speed, not acceleration, just cruising. I've already driven this car in the rain. The Circuit does not do that. But as far as corner exit, I don't really notice anything too much right now from the rear diffs, although obviously the car only has, let's see, like 80 miles on it right now, around 80 miles. So I haven't been able to floor it. I'm breaking the engine in properly, like I always do. But I can feel the difference in the steering, which I wasn't expecting to really feel too much, although some people were saying that they could feel it. The 2024 has longer bolts than the 2023 does in the steering rack and some of the suspension and subframe and stuff like that. I can actually feel that. Now, one thing that's interesting to note is the 24 Circuit versus the 23 Circuit has the Marizo wheels. Not the Marizo tires, but the Marizo wheels. So I don't know if that's actually me feeling the forged lighter weight wheels or the bolts. It could just be the wheels. I don't know. But the videos I've watched and the people I've talked to said they can feel the difference in the bolts too. I don't know. I have no experience with that. I just have the experience with the 23 Core without the limited slips and this current one. That's it telling me that my vehicle exit assist is deactivated because I've been sitting in the car for too long. I will tell you some things I've noticed that I don't like about the Circuit compared to the Core. The seats are exactly the same, but now they're Alcantara and leather. They are not as comfortable as the cloth seats. The center cushion is not as soft. Even though it's supposed to be the same seat and it's just supposed to be a skin, I'm noticing that the 24 Circuit is not as comfortable to sit in. And, granted I had an aftermarket shift knob, But from the stock shift knob on the Core and Premium, I guess, to the circuit shift knob is extremely uncomfortable and just sucks. It does way more, so the shift feel is actually very similar. I don't know if you can hear that. The shift knob is actually very similar to my aftermarket shift knob because the shift knob weighs more than the Core that I had. But it's just really uncomfortable to put my hand on, to be honest. It sucks. And I've noticed, I don't know if I can, I guess I'll show. There's actually a raised edge right here on the shifter. So it's like circular and then it's pointed, right here, pointed. And that's just stupid. That's just poor quality right there. And that piece right there is really uncomfortable because it's raised up. And I can feel that on my hand. I will also tell you, sorry for the hand in the way there, I was turning the camera around. Obviously I have heated seats and heating steering wheel now. I will say, I don't know if it's the heated part, I think the steering wheel is still the same though. But on the 24, at least this circuit, the steering wheel is actually a little softer. Not around the edge, but when you actually are holding onto it and squeezing it, it has more give than my Core did, my 23 Core. So the steering wheel actually feels a little nicer to me. I don't know if anyone noticed that or if that'll wear in exactly the same and I'll say something different in a couple months. But the steering wheel itself, while it's the same, it feels a little softer to the touch. Not through the actual like skin of it, but just the way, like if I'm squeezing on it right now with my right hand and I feel it giving, which is, you know, a more luxurious feel. For I have a Galaxy Fold that I use every day. It does not charge very well in the, it has a like a wireless charging port. I'm still using in this car a cord to charge my phone because the wireless charging just doesn't do very well. Still doesn't. Another thing I noticed from the 2023, granted this may change as the exhaust breaks in, but you know, at this point with my Core, I've noticed that the circuit's exhaust, the 24 circuit specifically, I don't know about the 23 circuit, is quieter. It's quieter than the factory Core exhaust was on the 23. I think they might have changed something because as I'm driving around, I don't hear the drone as much as there was a lot of factory drone. There was no drone with the MBRP that I could tell after the exhaust fully broke in after about 1,000 miles. I didn't notice any drone with that exhaust, but the factory exhaust there was. This car, no drone that I can tell. It's a weird decel noise, but you know, it's a weird noise. Almost sounds like a computer noise. And then there's no drone while driving or at startup. There was the factory Core 23 exhaust was pretty noisy, to be honest. And it's one of the reasons I very quickly put a new exhaust on. This one, I kind of want to see what HKS comes out with. I'm also considering the Arcade Titanium side exit signature exhaust. That one I really think looks like a work of art and sounds really good, and it doesn't seem too much louder than the MBRP from what some people have told me. So I may go with that and see how that goes, or I may just go with an HKS exhaust. We'll see. I'm going to go a different route with this car slightly. I did transfer the air filter to this car. The K&N air filter, I just swapped it in the parking lot. I ended up just ordering a replacement fog lights from Amazon to put the yellow fogs on this car too. I was supposed to get the exhaust swap and the shift knob swapped at the dealer. They were going to do it for me for free. I decided that I wasn't going to use them for that. So I'm just going to put a different exhaust in the car and a different shifter. So that's what's going on right now. The car, honestly, road noises seems a little lower. That could be due to lighter weight wheels. That could be due to the bolts that they swapped over or some of the aerodynamics of the circuit. I'm not really sure. The exhaust is quieter, which is nice at the moment, but I like hearing my exhaust. So I'm going to end up doing something with that. And overall, the car seems like it turns in better. I don't think it's the limited slips because I haven't been able to floor it yet because I'm still in engine braking. So, I haven't really felt the differentials other than in the rain. It only rained once, but I felt the difference almost immediately with the limited slips to the non-limited slips when it comes to puddles in the road. And the sound system's a little bit better, but it's not that much better. Let's be real. The sound system in these cars aren't good. And the car has factory navigation, so the disconnect from Android Auto to the phone for navigation isn't going to happen anymore. So there's that positive as well, although I do think the Google Maps for Android Auto is better than the navigation. So, I mean, positives and negatives, I guess. Other than that, not much to say. I mean, it's the same car. This is actually the car I wanted to buy when I bought my Core. And it just wasn't available for a reasonable price. Now, I got it for a reasonable price. Below MSRP, which is what I would hope everyone gets their car at, because that's what these cars should be going for. They're a specialty car. They should be below MSRP based off of prior experience in my life. Usually, specialty cars don't sell above MSRP. They sell below MSRP because they can't sell them. Lately, though, the last quite like 5 to 7 years, maybe longer, maybe 8 years, that's not been the case. Cars have kind of become this whole lifestyle thing, and because of that, cars have, been selling over MSRP. Like when I bought my my Type R, I got it below MSRP. My FK8, I actually didn't really like the car that much, like I said in a previous video. My Terminator Cobra, I got that below MSRP. They couldn't sell them at MSRP. When I was selling Evos brand new in 2007 and 8, we couldn't sell them at MSRP. We tried, but no one was willing to buy them. They'd test drive them, but no one would buy them, including the MR. We had a really nice gray MR, which in my opinion is the best color for the Evo 9 MR. Couldn't sell it. Had to sell it. We finally sold it $3,000 below MSRP. Then we finally sold it. After sitting on it for 7 months. No one bought it. Car had 210 test drive miles. We couldn't get someone to buy the car. They just wouldn't do it at MSRP. So it kind of burns me when I see all these cars selling for over MSRP. When most people just want a mode of transportation, but some people want something exciting and interesting. And those people are less than the regular people. That's why it's a niche vehicle. It's a specialty vehicle. So, all in all, I'm very happy with the car. I obviously love the GR Corolla because now I've bought 2 of them. So, and, I got a good price on my trade-in. Once again, that was $36,500, okay? $36,500 for a Core with 3,700 miles. I think it was like 3,705 when I traded it in. I think that was the exact miles. With perfect everything. There was no dings, no scratches, no nothing. And I got 36.5 for a non-performance pack Core. So please use that as a basis if you're thinking about doing the same thing that I did, because no one should offer you less. Now, they did offer me less. They offered me like $30,000 in the beginning on the car. But you know what? Negotiation skills trump sales skills. And we met in the middle, and they gave me what I asked for. After about 4.5 hours of arguing the first day, when I placed the order on the circuit before I canceled it, and then the second day, another 2.5 hours. When I went to buy this car, after I drove it and realized, yeah, I do actually want the car, even though I canceled my order that same week, earlier in the week. I think I canceled it last Monday. So please don't pay over MSRP. You don't have to. You can get it below MSRP. You can get if you're trading your Core or Premium for one, you get probably, especially if you have the performance pack, you should get more than I got for mine. Granted, mine was really low miles because I don't drive very much, but please just force yourself and force them. Argue with them. please do. You know, they're going to tell you that's not possible. It's not possible. It is. It is. You know, so please do. And, you know, let's just do a quick walk around on the car again before I end the video. I actually do like the wheel from the Morizo than I did my wheels. You know, I do think they look better. I don't like the bottom graphics on the 24, to be honest, but, you know, that differentiates them from the 23. Tell me if you could have gotten it without, because I hate it. I hate it. I'm going to be honest. People seem to like it. People I've talked to like the graphic. I like a clean look. That's just the way I've always been. Obviously, we got a circuit spoiler. We got black mirrors, which obviously with the black car was, you know, yeah, they were black. The spoiler is black, not white. I kind of thought it would be white. Oh, another thing I wanted to point out. Hold on. Something I didn't like about the circuit. Right here. I can literally reach my hand and touch underneath the carbon roof. My finger is touching the bottom of the carbon roof. So there's this massive gap there for whatever reason. You know, carbon roof, I don't know if you can see in the video how it's not perfectly flat, but it is close. It's just, you can see some of the dimples, but there's no like actual damage dimples or anything. It's just not perfectly smooth. I really think Toyota missed the bag on that. But I do think that the car in white is just better than the black one that I had. It shows off the body lines more than the black car did. And, you know, I hope everyone agrees. If not, I think so. So I do wish that on the circuit, it doesn't make any sense actually. I keep rambling. Why on the circuit are these blocked off when on the Core and the Premium and the Morizo these brake ducts work? Why is the more expensive one not getting the brake ducts? It just doesn't make any sense to me. So this was the Hot Coffee Investor with a core to circuit update video. And I know it was another long one like the last one, but I hope y'all enjoyed. We're going to modify the crap out of this thing. I plan on tracking it, might make some track videos. I don't know if you can see, I do have you know, helmets and all sorts of stuff for it in days because I used to track a lot and I haven't lately. But we're going to do something cool with this thing. We're going to do something different. We're going to review a different exhaust, possibly a different full intake. And, you know, we're going to do some stuff. Different shifter, but a full shifter, not just a knob to add weight to it, which really smoothed it out and made the shift knob feel a lot better. But we're going to go full shebang on it. You know, we're going to have some fun. And I hope y'all get a good deal too. I just wanted to touch base and explain why I made this swap. So take care. Have a good one.